Hello beautiful people, welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk. These are Tarot Things, and I'm your host, Boogie down Bronx, and I'm here to take care of the Virgos. Virgos, if you're new to the channel, welcome. So, I don't know if y'all know, or if you don't know, I'm gonna let you know. So you might see, you might have seen some of my posts that I've been saying, like I'm taking a break from my monthlies. So, you know, my monthly intro kind of goes with the monthly readings, but I am taking a break from those right now. So with that being said, this is a reading for Virgo. This can resonate whenever you see it. It's not based on the monthlies like I normally do. I will get back into a flow of figuring out how I want to do my monthlies moving forward, whether that's just going to be shorter monthlies or grouping the signs together in some way, but I am taking a break from those. But I did want to do a Virgo reading, and I said I would still continue to upload on my platform on YouTube. So a quick shout out also to my Patreon. That's where I have been doing most of my messages right now instead of on YouTube. So you can go subscribe there. It's only $7 a month to see all exclusive content. I got angel number series, shadow workshops, all that good stuff happening right now outside of YouTube. But for today, the star of the show is Virgo. Yours truly, Virgo sun. So we're gonna get started and see. It's basically just gonna be messages for Virgo, advice, what's coming up from this full moon, where the Virgo full moon is on the 27th, and it is hitting Virgo suns or rising, specifically your first house of identity. So you might feel like you're losing your mind a little bit about your identity and who you are as a person. I know I've been feeling that way, but it's for the better, to clear up blockages and to show you and bring you back to center, and asking yourself if you've been shaping your identity around others. All right, so with that being said, let's flip over these cards. I did a pre-shuffle for you from my Moonology deck and my Surrender deck. So let's see what the energy is showing for you, Virgo. All right, so the first card out for what you need to release under this full moon is surrender to play. Take a break. Virgos don't know what a break is. Take a break from overthinking a goal. Do something fun. Play is a time of recreation and rejuvenation. And then you have surrender fear. So, like, the first thing that I thought of when I saw these two cards together for you, Virgo, was afraid to have fun. I think that's a real thing for Virgo, because Virgo is a sign of work and daily routines and structure. And I think it is very hard for Virgos to take a break, to stop working, because you're afraid that you're going to miss out on something, or, you know, you don't like to break your routines and your structures. But working, even if you're working overtime and your passions or things that you enjoy doing, it becomes very routine and it doesn't become fun anymore. And that's kind of how I was feeling. I was just working way too much. And now that I'm actually enjoying myself more, having fun and doing other things that I like to do, and I release that fear to do that, I feel a lot better and I feel stronger, and it makes me look forward to doing these readings more instead of it feeling like just work. All right, so let go of the fearful stories you are telling yourself. Stay in the moment, focus on solutions, and celebrate every baby step forward. So use this time this week and moving forward to start looking at your schedule and ask yourself if you are afraid to take breaks. Are you afraid to stop working? Are you afraid to let yourself have fun or let go a little bit, loosen up, break your routines? And why? Okay, what's going to happen if you just have a little bit of fun or a little bit of laughter? Do something that you like to do that doesn't involve work or making money. Do you even have anything like that? Sometimes I got to sit back and ask myself that too. So yeah, releasing the fear or whatever fearful stories you have surrounding work or your life, and just having more fun, taking a break from it. You could have Cancer or Sagittarius placements. A personal issue reaches resolution. You have two full moon cards here. So this shows that there's some releasing you'll be doing. And look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sag. So full moon in Sagittarius won't be until Gemini season, which is around end of May, June. And the full moon in Cancer won't be until Capricorn season. So that could mean a couple different things. It could mean June Around June is going to be a significant time for you, and around Capricorn season, even Cancer season. So Gemini Cancer season and Sag Capricorn season. All right. But you're being asked to look at the bigger picture for your life. Virgo, you know that you're very detail oriented, and it is hard for you to think, you know, outside of what you're doing, unless you have like Sagittarius placements possibly. You might not be very big picture oriented. You're like, you know, I need to focus on all the details. But sometimes you need both. Okay? And then there is a personal issue that will be resolved, and you will find peace within that. Okay? So that is the energy there starting out for Virgo. Let's look into what other energies you got. Alright, I already shuffled these cards before I started, so I'm not going to shuffle too much before we begin. Okay, so what does Virgo need to know right now in regards to anything? Full moon, King of Pentacles in reverse, Page of Pentacles. I think it's going to take some like unlearning, or take a step back when it comes down to your work schedule and your passions and your hobbies. Tell me more for Virgo. Chariot card. What else we got for Virgo? What's coming towards Virgo right now? Oh, that was too many cards here. Wait, let me retract. Okay. So Virgo, I feel like, honestly, kind of like what I was saying here with this, the full moon is going to be at 8 degrees of Scorpio. Okay, well, 8 degrees is a Scorpio degree, is what I meant to say. And so with that being said, this full moon will be a lot about your transformation depending on which house it's hitting. And I did a Patreon little message, and it's public, so if you want to go look at that to see which house it's hitting for you specifically, if you're not a Virgo sun or rising, then you can go check it out. The link will be in the description. But anyway, with it being at 8 degrees, it is a Scorpio degree. You have the Death card in reverse. Okay, so I feel like, Virgo, something about your identity or about your needs, what fulfills you, is definitely changing right now, and you could be holding on to the old. Okay, what used to work, what used to fulfill you. King of Pentacles in reverse. Some of you are, you know, very, very attached to your job, very attached to the way you make money or what brings you security financially, especially. But a lot of that is changing, okay? And some of you are, you know, realizing that, you know, you have this fear surrounding embracing that. And you had this message, like, you've been having this message for a little bit about things changing, and, you know, Virgo not being the most fond of change due to the fact that they really cherish their schedules and their routines. But something about your routine that you have right now, you need to become a little bit more detached to it, okay? We got Capricorn energy right here. It won't focus. Okay, but for others of you, you might want to consider, you don't have to do anything, this is your free will, but you might want to consider seeing what other needs need to be met in your life. Okay, this could be romantic. 2 of Cups. Some of you have a romantic relationship right now, or maybe that's what's been missing, or just real more intimate connections in your life. Because, you know, if you make work your life, then it's very hard for you to make time for anything else and to shift and to change. You got here the Page of Pentacles. That's why I said it might be time to step back and ask yourself if you're still passionate about what you're doing, or, you know, what else could you learn, a new skill that is something that could potentially create a financial income or a financial avenue for you, but you're not dependent on it, like, or so attached to it that it just becomes very routine and it doesn't feel exciting. Because I think a lot of you have a passion for learning and feeling needed, feeling useful, but then it becomes too much incorporated in your routine, and then it's like hard for you to switch it up sometimes. So with that being said, let's look more into this, because we have the Chariot here, more Cancer and the Knight of Swords. Tell me about these cards and anything else for Virgo that they need to know. Anything else for Virgo? Ooh. Three of Swords just flipped out. Ten of Cups. Let's clarify that Three of Swords. Wait a minute. Tell me about the Three of Swords. What is... hold on, Virgo. Tell me about the Three of Swords. Okay, so Three of Swords. I feel like there is something that you are parting with, or something that you've mentally had to accept which caused you some type of pain. Three of Swords, something that is coming up to show you that you're actually not as fulfilled as you want to be, or you're not as happy, or you're not healed as you thought you were. And this can be pretty disappointing, especially if you've felt like you've been doing the work, or you feel like you've come a long way, and then you kind of have this realization that something isn't working, or still not working, or hasn't been working. Could be any denial about something that's been working. But you do have this Nine of Cups here, and you have this Queen of Pentacles. Oh, and the Ten of Cups. Really happy energy here, which shows that the hope is not lost. Okay, just because there's one situation that isn't working out right now or is disappointing for you doesn't mean that the long haul is just destroyed. Okay, that's why it's telling you here to look at the bigger picture. All right, this is one piece of the puzzle in your life. This is one part of your life that has, you know, maybe become a burden. You have the Ten of Wands in reverse. Some of you could have just been so stressed out, so overwhelmed with a situation that you've been carrying, not even realizing how it was breaking you down or how it's been hurting you for a while now. But Two of Wands, and that's why the full moon is here, so you can really release this. Okay, it's going to give you that push. So I recommend writing down your fears, writing down everything that's been burdening you, holding you back, what you want to release, what you no longer resonate with, and then just burn it and release it. Okay, because the first step to healing is acknowledging that you're hurting, and acknowledging that something has disappointed you, that it's, you know, full moons come with closures and conclusions and endings sometimes. So there could be a ending, or a change in perspective, or a change in the way you're viewing yourself or the world, and which ultimately will lead to you feeling emotionally fulfilled in the long run. So, you know, stay optimistic about it, and it'll lead to you actually feeling, more grounded, more satisfied, more happy with your finances, actually enjoying the work that you're doing, or being able to balance out more fun. Some of you have stifled your creativity with the page. Well, this came out in reverse. I just held it up upright. I don't know why. But you stifled your creativity for some reason. Could be because just other things took over your mind, other priorities, and you're having to get back to that. What is emotionally fulfilling for you? Maybe you're financially stable, but you're not emotionally fulfilled. Okay, so let's get any other advice for you guys, and then briefly I'll take a look at love. What's the advice for Virgos right now under this full moon? King of Cups. Always getting this King of Cups. The King of Cups comes out for y'all a lot. Tell me more about the advice under this full moon for Virgo. Sun card, Ten of Cups. It's really going to come down to asking yourself, am I really happy? Page of Cups. Am I really happy? And yeah, the energy here, Virgo, altogether, you got three kings, a lot of strong masculine energy. You got three kings and one queen. You got King of Swords, King of Cups, and King of Pentacles. So some of you could really be strongly in your masculine energy and maybe need to bring more balance to that. But really what it comes down to, Virgo, is not being afraid to be flexible. Okay, you have this Two of Pentacles and you have the Knight of Wands. Both of these energies really encourage you to be more spontaneous, to not be afraid to break your routines, not be afraid to try new things, okay? Not be afraid to have fun. Like I said here, release fear and surrender to play, not being afraid to take a break. Because you have the Sun card here, and asking yourself what actually brings you joy. What makes you feel the most authentic right now, or what is going to make you feel alive again and make you feel vibrant. If overworking yourself is not doing it anymore, don't be afraid to try something else, okay? Because there's a lot of long-term happiness in your future here with the Ten of Cups. If you will allow yourself to ask yourself, are you emotionally fulfilled? And Virgo energy is practical and looks for resolutions and saying, what steps do I need to take externally to achieve that? Where do I need to assert more boundaries or be more self-assertive with things? Let me clarify. And some of you, like, it's going to take you maybe starting small and being vulnerable with yourself in small ways, like checking in with yourself daily, writing down how you feel before you can fully explore that emotional side of yourself. What else do we got for Virgo with all these kings here? Nine of Swords, yeah. There's some fears here, Virgo. Some strong fears surrounding your emotions. You got Gemini energy again. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, don't be afraid to, you got Eight of Cups at the bottom. Wheel of Fortune and the Fool card. Yeah, you're starting on a fresh slate. This full moon is giving you like a clean slate to start anew and see where it goes. Okay, Fool card and the Wheel of Fortune. But once you overcome the fear of what that could look like, then you'll be able to move forward. Overcoming the fear of breaking your routines, doing something else, being more spontaneous. Actually admitting to yourself that maybe you're not as emotionally fulfilled as you were before when you first started. Or you don't feel like you're being your most authentic self. Maybe you've put things like relationships or love on the back burner. Gemini energy here you could be connecting with. You know, maybe your ego got in the way. You chose work over relationships, work over love, work over friendships. And now you're feeling anxious. You have a lot of fears. You got Page of Pentacles here again and the Seven of Wands. Maybe just needing to, like I said, place more boundaries with yourself, or between, you know, recreating that passion for learning. And the trick to doing that is not adding more work. It's first seeing the work that you have, changing up the routine in that, minimizing that, and maybe go explore something completely different, a different type of work or a different type of hobby. Okay? So that's the energy there for Virgo. Now, let's see briefly what comes out in regards to love. Any love messages? I usually use this deck on my Patreon. Any love messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North and South Node? Okay. It didn't pop out. Regret. Alright, let's get one more for Virgo. Put the computer away. Speaks for itself. Okay, put the computer away. Working less and having more fun will help strengthen your relationship. Basically what I just said, the whole reading, was about regret. Someone feels remorse for the way they treated you. This could also be you that feels regret for some way that you treated someone else. But there does need to be more balance between not being afraid to let yourself have fun, not being afraid to let yourself become more intimate in your relationships, because some part of your life is really taking over, and needing to set some boundaries between you and that part that's just overtaking everything else. And then you have go slow, take time to get to know each other. Okay? So enjoying the moment and really letting yourself indulge and engulf in things. So that's what I got here for you, Virgo, for this full moon. I hope y'all enjoyed this reading. I do miss doing the monthlies, but I'm gonna start doing some other type of readings on YouTube and putting like doing it based on the elements like earth signs, and I'll do Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in the reading, kind of how I do it on my page. And then we'll go from there and see what happens, how it flows. All right, so I love you guys. That's all I got for you. I am at Tarot by Bronx. Happy full moon on everything.